Welcome to the Shrimp Hustle. My name is Burke, and I'm documenting my journey towards profiting $500 per month off red cherry Neocaridina shrimp. So if you want to follow my journey, be sure you subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me step by step on how I'm going to do that. So today, I'm going to be talking about how for $23.66, I'm going to start my first breeding tub of red cherry shrimp. I'm going to show you piece by piece, step by step, how I'm going to assemble this breeding container and exactly what each piece costs for a low cost entry into getting started in the shrimp breeding hobby, and in my case, for profit. So let's get to it. So for the first part of the system, I picked up this cheap $7.28 Sterilite plastic tub. It's a 27 quart, 26 liter, so about 6.5 gallons. Just picked it up at Walmart. This will be a nice cheap tub to breed shrimp in. It's not for a display tank, it's just to breed shrimp. And this will also be very economical as I expand out my breeding tanks. For these breeding tanks, I'm just going to use a simple sponge filter. I bought a 4-pack of these on Amazon for $12. So for one tank, it's just $3 for the filter. These are perfect for shrimp. They don't get sucked up into a filter or anything like that. And the sponges create lots of biofilm and stuff for the shrimp to climb on and eat on. I'm just using one 5-pound bag of cheap gravel for each of these tubs. At $5.98 at Walmart, it's hard to beat for a substrate. And last but not least is the air pump. For $14.80, this is going to be big enough to at least power 2 tanks of the sponge filters, if not more. So pick this up at Walmart, nice and simple and cheap. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dish soap and I'm just going to rinse this tub out, wash it out real well. Sometimes they can put like oils and stuff inside these plastic, and so I'm going to just use a little bit of dish soap and wash that up. Okay, now that I got that rinsed out, I'm going to grab a towel and clean up some spills, and we'll get started on the next piece. So next I'm going to take the aquarium gravel, I'm just going to dump it into the tub, and this is going to be the only substrate I have. It's going to be a nice and thin layer in there, but it'll be great for a lot of biofilm to get covered, give the shrimp some places to pick and chew at for their food. So let's get it added. All right, so you can kind of see I've got maybe an inch in there. It's just one 5-pound bag of gravel. And just for reference, this is a Sterilite 27 quart, 26 liter tub. So about 6.5 gallons. All right, let's get some water added. So now I've just got this cheap sponge filter I ordered a 4-pack of from Amazon. So these cost about $3 a piece, I think, is what they came out at. It's nice because it has 2 filters, so when I start my next tub, I can remove one of these, and that way I have some seeded filtration to stick into the new tank and get the cycle started a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and get this put in. So this just suction cups onto the side. So I'll get this hooked up to the air pump and and we'll start getting some filtration going. So I installed a check valve in the air tubing, and then just put this onto one of the ports. And I'll put another piece of airline tubing on here and clamp it off. I got this pump so it can run more than one tank, and it has 2 ports on it. So there we go. So I've got the air pump connected up to the simple sponge filter, and I set the outlet just kind of right at the surface of the water just to provide some surface agitation. And that's going to go on to create some great biological filtration as the cycle is ongoing. Get the gravel in there. I am also going to add a nice clump of Java moss or something like that to this tank, to every one of these breeding tubs. It just gives the shrimp a lot of places to hide. Helps deal with some nitrates in your water, and just, you know, when shrimp babies are born, they're really little and they like to hide in that stuff. It also just creates a lot more biofilm surface for them to eat. So with that, I'm gonna put some chlorine remover in here and then add a little fish food to start the cycle. So this is the chlorine and chloramine remover. It said to put 1 teaspoon per 10 gallons, so I'm just adding 1 teaspoon. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is add some fish flakes. So I just have a little pinch of just cheap goldfish food that I'm just gonna kind of grind up and drop it in there. And that should start to break down and create ammonia, which will then be converted into nitrite and then nitrate over the next few weeks. So I'll be checking this probably every 3 or 4 days to see how the cycle's going. But I am going to go ahead and do a test right now just to get a baseline. So we'll do that next. So for the test strips, I'm just using these 9-in-1 aquarium test strips. They test basically everything except ammonia. And so with that, let's go ahead and I'll dip it in, and then we will see where we're at as a baseline. You can see they're starting to change. Okay, so I've got the stick. I'm going to read this. The pH is about 6.8. The carbonate is probably 80. The total alkalinity is about 80. The total hardness is 75 right now. Chlorine is 0. Nitrites are 0. Nitrates are 0. Maybe 1, or maybe 10, I mean. Somewhere between 0 and 10. 0 copper and 0 iron. So got that for a baseline. We'll come back and check this in about another 3 or 4 days, see how things are going. And really, once this tank is cycled, which I think will be in 4 to 6 weeks, then the next thing will be is to get my shrimp and get my breeding colony started. My hope is that I'm going to start with about 30 shrimp in here. And from everything I've read, it sounds like in 3 months or so, I will have hundreds of shrimp in this tub. And then what I'm going to do is begin to set up more of these tubs, divide the colony out, and just breed in large quantities in each tub. Ultimately, I think I'll end up with 12 tubs, which will let me have 1 tub to sell every month once I get the system down. So my thought is I could start a tub with 100 shrimp in about 3 months. From everything I've read and all the videos I've watched, I'll probably have between 500 and 800 shrimp in here. So that'll give me 100 shrimp to restart a colony, and between 500 and 700 to sell every month. That's why I would like to get 12 tubs going, so that every month I could have a tub that's ready to sell. Not sure yet how many months that's going to take to get to that point, but I hope once I add the shrimp to this in a few months, I can then have a few tubs worth of shrimp going. And then, have shrimp to sell and have shrimp to start the additional tubs to build out my breeding system with. So if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and follow my journey turning $500 a month breeding red cherry Neocaridina shrimp. It should be quite a ride, and I can't wait to share it with you. Until next time, have a great week with your aquarium hobby, and if you're a shrimp caretaker, that's the best. Have a good one.